Ooh, guess who's late on his review of Wonder Woman? It's this guy. It's basically been out forever now. So if you haven't seen it, then you shouldn't watch this because I'm basically going to be talking about spoilers throughout the entire thing. But if you're looking for a recommendation from me for some reason before you see it, it's yes, good, go see it. It's worth your money. So I made a little video a while back expressing my concerns about what would happen if Wonder Woman was a failure, because DC haven't had a good run of movies recently. They really haven't. See my previous videos for my thoughts on that. I don't want to get into it now because I feel pretty good. I don't want to get angry today. But luckily, it is good. It is a good film, and I enjoyed it a lot. Here are some things that I didn't like to start with. The third act, not good. I sort of let it down a little bit. It sort of leaves a bad taste in your mouth, but then you remember how good the first and second act is, so it's not so bad. The balance is pretty good. But the reason I don't like the third act is the same reason I didn't really like Logan's third act. It sort of spends so much time trying to be something different, and then by the third act, it just ends up being every superhero movie ever. And in Logan's case, it was everything it didn't want to be by the third act. And Wonder Woman's case, it was so different from the other DC stuff, but by the end they were like, okay, we need it to be flashy and smashy because it's a DC superhero movie and Zack Snyder's a producer on it, so it needs to have those things. It needs to feel like it fits within this trash. The reveal of the villain doesn't work. The reveal that fucking Lupin is the villain doesn't work because the best villains, like take the Joker and Batman, I know that's an obvious one, but take them, or even Doc Ock and Spider-Man in Spider-Man 2, like the people know each other. Like it's better when the characters know each other throughout the entire thing, not even knowing each other personally, but they know of each other's existence and they have like conflict throughout in some sort of way. You can't just expect us to be like, oh, it's that guy. Oh, that's a surprise. I guess I want them to fight now. Why do I care if they fight? Why would I care about that? Some people have brought up Iron Man 3 as an example of what else does this, but I don't think that is a fair comparison. Because in Iron Man 3, the central conflict starts with Tony Stark and Guy Pearce, and then by the end, it's those two that fight. So it actually feels more satisfying. And I actually thought it was making a really decent point about terrorism in Iron Man 3, that potentially the guy you see is just a front and everyone behind him is the real threat. I don't know, like maybe I'm reading too much into it, but that's what I felt about Iron Man 3. So I don't think that's a fair comparison to say that they just like swapped out the villains. But in Wonder Woman, it does feel like that. Okay, now things I really liked about it. Casting was amazing. I think everyone was really well cast, but let's start with obviously the central character, Diana Prince. Gal Gadot is a revelation. Like she just is Wonder Woman, and I'm not any expert or even any sort of voice of authority on the character. I've never read a comic or anything like that. But when I see her, I just see the character they wanted to present. I didn't see the actress trying to be that famous character. I just saw Wonder Woman. And the scene that I think of when I feel that is obviously the No Man's Land sequence. I don't know what it was, and I still really haven't put my finger on it. But when she steps out onto that battlefield and like derobes herself and then reveals the full costume for the first time, and you see her, it's a sort of there she is moment. I got really emotional, and I don't really know why. I guess the film just built up to that moment really well. I guess it's what it represents, but I felt my chest vibrating. I can remember feeling like, am I about to have a panic attack or something? Like this doesn't feel normal. And then it just happened, and I did shed a tear during that whole sequence. I love that it wasn't played for action, it was played for emotion. The music and everything like that was played for that. It's an incredible sequence that starts playing on emotion and then builds into just being really fucking cool. I think that that's another thing we have to mention, that the theme music of Wonder Woman is the best theme music for a superhero maybe since Hans Zimmer did The Dark Knight and the Joker and stuff like that. That ding 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 ding. It's just me on a banjo. Ding 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 ding. It's fucking incredible. And I love when they don't give you everything straight away. Like I think the biggest flaw, for example, with Jurassic World was that they gave you the theme straight away. And when those in Jurassic World, if I remember correctly, I've only seen it once, but the windows fly open from the hotel room and the camera soars out over a theme park that just could be Disneyland, and it plays the theme, and it's like, this isn't for buildings and roller coasters, it's for dinosaurs. Why are you playing this theme now? You sort of, I mean, forgive me for not coming up with a better metaphor, but you come too early. One of the Chris's is in it. Which one is it? Chris, not Evans. No, what's his name? I should know this. I did a whole video. Pine. Chris Pine. I really like him a lot. I thought he was really great. He gave me the feeling of Indiana Jones in the movie. Really liked that. Thought it was really good. Nothing more to say on it other than he did a really good job. Their chemistry was off the charts as well. I really liked that they played it like... I liked that it was an old-fashioned love story, and it makes sense because Patty Jenkins said that like her inspirations were things like Casablanca and weirdly The Little Mermaid, but you can see the references in there. And I liked that. I feel like a lot of modern movies have been steering away from love stories or from romance or, you know, sex at all. Star Wars is a culprit of that. We'll see how that continues. But a lot of people want to, and I get it, that people want to do the sort of platonic relationships, and I feel that's cool, but it was nice to see men and women falling in love, or just people falling in love, because that's what people do. And it was nice that they had sex, and then that didn't change things in a weird way, that it was just that they had sex and that was just what they did. Because a lot of times in film, sex can be put on a pedestal, but it was nice that it was just a thing that they did because they were in love. And I believed it. I believed their relationship, and it's a shame that he won't be popping up in future movies because, yeah, he was good.
What are we talking about?
Talking about Wonder Woman, Kieran, what do you think?
Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman.
Good.
Good?
It would have been better if she was a man, I thought. Otherwise, good.
Okay.
It's political correctness gone mad, I thought.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm moving out soon, so this is the last time that Kieran will probably ever film one of my vlogs, so it's the last time it'll ever look this nice, and also the last time you'll ever have him sort of just interrupting and doing whatever that was.
Yeah.
You gonna miss me?
No.
Cool.
Don't get me started on Black Panther.